Hey y'all, hey, how are you? Happy Saturday, first day of our Christmas Around the World Marathon. So I'm like, I don't know, 5 or 6 creator today, but come on in. If you're seeing this, you're probably watching the replay. Thanks for hopping back by. Tell me that you stopped and said hi, and we're gonna make something fun today. So I'm gonna get myself shared around. Hey y'all. So for those of you that have been watching the marathon, then you got to see Candy. She did fantastic. And before Candy, we had Lisa with Choose Joy Crafts, and just some great makes. It's been fantastic. I just love all the things. All right, so let me get myself pulled up here. Ooh, sorry about that. I don't want to hear it. All right, and I'll get myself shared. Did I just see my Aunt Joy? All right. I think I got myself. Hey, Lori. Yeah, I did. Hey, Aunt Joy. How are ya? All right, y'all. Hey, Cindy. How you doing? How is everybody? Hi, Nadia. Thanks for sprinkling me. Oh, I think I sprinkled myself. Oh, I'm sorry. I did it out of habit. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. All right. Hey, Gina. All right, Michelle and Lori. Okay, so we got about another minute, but did y'all see Candy's make? That was based on China. So wait, here, Christmas Around the World, okay? So we've had a couple of themes. Sharon started us off with the Nutcracker, which she gave us the history that it's German with a French twist from the composer, what was it, Dumond? So we had that, we started out with that. Then we had Cody and Barb, and they showed us a really nice rustic primitive Christmas. We've had, I hope I don't forget anybody here, Lisa would Choose Joy Crafts. She did like Christmas on the Ranch. Candy did Christmas from China. And then we had Mandy from Burlap Burlap Magnolia. I hope I said that right, Mandy. Magnolia Burlap. Burlap Magnolia. I'm pretty sure it's Burlap Magnolia. And that was a beautiful make, rustic, very rustic, primitive swag. So, hey, Lonnie. All right, so my make. This is probably going to be no surprise to you. I love fashion. I love clothes, and you know, this whole like my love for velvet ribbon is not like it's not far from other things that I've loved, like shoes and bags and clothes. So I am doing something totally different. I'm doing Christmas in New York City, but with a twist, very specific twist, because I love Sex and the City. Everything Sarah Jessica Parker. I've watched every episode of every show, every movie, and they're coming out with a new movie, and she's getting back with Aiden, and I'm so excited. So that inspired my Christmas in New York City with a twist about fashion, and that Sex and the City style. So we used a paper mache dress form, and I used some paint. I used 2 different colors of green because this is a little bit inspired by Debbie Rigg. If any of you have ever watched her or followed her, she had Check Savvy Sisters, and Studio MDAZ was her page. And she is a phenomenal painter and designer. Love her. But she has always said use 2 colors at least, right? So I used 2 greens, some liquid gold leaf, and some chicken wire. Y'all, I brought up some chicken wire. Okay, so now let me show you what we're working with, okay? You ready? Okay, so this, my friends, is what we're designing. Can you see it? I'm gonna put it on my turntable. If it doesn't, might be a little too wobbly. All right, we're gonna keep it down. All right, so I'm gonna catch you up with what I've done so far, okay? Totally different, I know. So this is a paper mache dress form that, again, I used the 2 colors. Now you can see how the 2 tones of green, and all I did that is because I'm putting, as you can tell, sheet moss over top of it, and I wanted it to have, you know, a color behind it that, you know, just kind of blended in. Then I took the liquid gold leaf and I shaped out what would be sort of her dress. No, I'm not having her go topless, even though, you know, Sarah Jessica Parker probably pull it off, but we're not doing that. I'm going to show you what we're going to do here. This is all going to come together. It's going to be very like Christmassy. Yeah. All right, so here's where we're going. I use the chicken wire because I love peplum. You know what I'm talking about? Where the shirts kind of come out or the dresses kind of come out. They come into your waist. And I like that because I have a big butt and I have a little waist, you know. I'm very hourglass. So that is very fitting, you know, for my, so I love that. So we're going to make her the same way. It's going to be very, and it's going to come out. And that, oh, you see that? I caught my water. So that's what I needed the chicken wire for, but also to attach all the greenery and stuff. Okay. So this is all going to come together. Okay. So, I use sheet moss and I'm trying to get you to get started and to understand what that's going to look like. And that's just a camouflage and also bring it all together. So it's like a natural piece, well, as much as like Sarah Jessica Parker could be, right? Okay, so now we're going to fill in. I'm going to start from the top. We're going to go down and then we'll finish off kind of some pretty stuff on the top here. I have a pretty knob and some like fur little pieces. It'll all come together, I promise. All right, so the first thing that I'm going to do, and I promise I will check comments. I'm just afraid that with all the details, I won't get through everything. So I just want to make sure I get through the project, but I promise I'll come back and check any comments or questions. Yes, 36, 24, 36. Y'all know what we're working with, okay? Because she's a brick house. Hey, that's Lori Perkins' favorite song, by the way. It's on my playlist for my Funk It Up Fridays on the Tick of the Talk, in case you want to know. All right, so what I have here is just some leaves, whoops, that I got last year for Christmas, and they're kind of like furry, and they have some glitter in them. I don't know if you can see that, but I'm going to use these to cover up her tatas, okay? So that's going to go here. Okay, I'm going to set the stage so you know where I'm going with it. Then, because you know, you can't do Sarah Jessica Parker without feathers, right? I mean, the infamous wedding scene with the bird, by the way, have a bird, okay? So then we're going to take this and we're going to line that top. So I really only want this white, and that's why it's really, you know, it's just going to kind of give it a little bit of shimmer. It's just to kind of hide this. So like, think of it like we're building out a dress, okay? So then we're going to line that with the feathers, whoo, like all around that and go all the way around the back. She has a low cut dress because it's fantabulous. All right, so we're going to do that. Then, okay, I need some help. So while I'm working on that, I want some audience participation because I feel like you're picking up what I'm putting down. You know what I'm saying? Like I feel like we're jamming. So what I don't know is how I want to cinch up around her waist, whether I want it in black and white or do I want it in red. So let me show you some options and I'm going to let you vote black and white or red while I'm doing all the rest, okay? All right, so this is the black and white that I was thinking about using. You know, once we get all of her top built out and we get some of our first layers of greenery here, we're going to need to put something around that, right? So do we want to go in with that? Or, hold on, do we want to go in with this? It's like a really nice red velvet. Now let me show you, I do have some red accents, so this whole piece is going to be basically white and black with some red accents. The red accents that I have is the cardinal that we'll be adding at the end, some red berries with some fur that we're going to add on her neck like this. We're going to clean that up. Okay, so see, we got a couple pieces of red, and then I have two options for a big center. Okay, and so this is the other accent of red. So now you kind of see where I'm going with it, right? Okay, so if we do the black and white, that means this is what I want here. So once we have the fur and her tas, I want this to basically be the front of her dress. It'll be clipped off, so it's not going to be off of that in 3D like that, but I want this to basically be the front of her dress, or we could do this one. So if we did the red velvet, we could do this. So tell me what you think while I'm making it up. That'll let you, you know, I think you're getting the vibe, right? Very, very, very Sarah Jessica Parker, right? The velvet red. I'm telling you, I had that whole damask picked out since last night. And I was like, oh, that's what I want to do. And then I started thinking about that red, and I was like, no, it is not what I want to do. Then I was like, I don't know what I want to do. And then I thought to myself, you know what? There are some amazing designers that are here. So I just went through HR training, and they call this non-compliant. I feel very non-compliant right now, y'all. All right, one more leaf. Then I can get back to being compliant. Gosh. Hi. Anybody that's new here, thanks for coming on in. My name is Heather. And of course, this is my page, Velvet and Vines Design. I normally am playing with flowers on a wreath or a swag. That's normally my jam. But you know, for a marathon, we're going to change it up a little bit. I have had this dress form on my stand over here to the side for, I don't know, maybe 3 or 4 months. And I've been hemming and hawing about what I was going to do with it. And then this marathon came up, and I thought, I love Europe, right? I traveled a lot to Europe for my job. Woo! I just touched my hand in that. For my job, and I spent a lot of time in Nordic countries, like Denmark, Sweden, Norway, right? So I was gonna do, way to make a mess there. I was gonna do a Norwegian, like a Nordic type of a Christmas. And then I was like, I am so extra. How can I express that in Christmas? And then I saw the trailer for the movie, and I was like, that's it. I'm going to do Sarah Jessica Parker, because I just love her. So, that's where we're at. So where are things at? Where are things at with the black and white? Oh, Laura Lee said black and white. Hi, Lindsay with Tarnation Creations. Hey, girl. How are you doing? Willowbrook, what the heck did you just tune into? Oh, which part? Because I was, you know, because I was... We are very non-compliant, okay? Very non-compliant. Okay, all right, let's put the fur on so we can stop fondling her. I'm sorry, I'll probably get my page shut down. Goodness gracious. Okay, so this is going to be really fun. Let me turn off my fans. Let me turn this one away. There we go. Otherwise, we're going to be eating the fur. And we're just going to go around and line this. Now, you can see I pretty much have the moss around these sides. Actually, you know what? Let's go ahead and fill this in, because we don't want to be adding in moss after the fur. So what I do with this sheet moss, this is how I did the moss, right? It's sheet moss. I got it right at Hobby Lobby. And when I put on like a big piece, and then I just kind of, you know, patch it together, and I just use hot glue. So for like this little area here, we'll kind of start to work ourselves down. So I'm not like wasting anything. So like I'll pick a piece like this, right? It's like Tetris, right? So all I do is I flip it back over. Not doing this in my hand because I'm not that cray-cray. And I know, a liberal amount of glue. And then just literally Tetris this on here. Like this. To the dress form. And now, looks like one piece of moss. You could do this in any color moss, and just like Candy was talking about on her live, and even Lisa was talking about on her live, if you don't like green, you can certainly lay out your sheet moss, y'all, and spray paint it. You know, you could change up the color. So if you wanted this to be silver, but you like this texture, you could do that. You could even do the metallic. So you could really, I've got all kinds of ideas behind me that I'm going to show you when we're done of other ways you can do a dress form just like this. You don't have to paint it. You can decoupage it with napkins, with rice paper. You can paint checkers or harlequin on it. You can stencil. You can do so much. All right, so I'm going to go around now with the fur. Oh. Hey, Trey. How are you, lady? And Michelle. How is everybody? Thanks for joining. Hi, Jean Ann. How is everybody? All right, if I missed anybody, I am so sorry. I just want to make sure. I have so many details sitting on this table. I want to make sure that at least we get through. My goal is 90%. I was telling Nadia, the whole, like, key is to prep enough that you can finish, but don't prep so much that you don't use your whole time, right? Okay, so now we're just going in with some hot glue, and it's going to be forgiving because we're doing feathers, so they're not going to see. And I'm just going to go around and literally make her an edge out of feathers. I am eating feathers, y'all. This is going to be awesome. And I'm just making sure that I'm pressing down the seam. So I'm not just gluing the feathers, I've got that seam. So we'll get this on, and then I'll check some comments to see where we're at between the whole idea of white and black or red. That is the question, right? I feel like Sarah Jessica Parker would totally pop that red and then wear like a very natural makeup and have kind of a little bit of her heavy smoky eye and, like, you know, how she does her nude lip. Like, I think that's where she would go. Like, I feel like it. Don't you? I totally do. She wore a bird on her head. Right? Now, my Lady Christmas is not going to wear a bird on her head, but it's going to be on her shoulder, and she's going to rock that bird. What is it, Derica? Doesn't Derica have parrots? Okay. I'm just trying to find the seam. There we go. All right. And now I'm just going to sip it. This is probably what my husband feels like when I'm laying in bed and all my hair's everywhere. He's like, right? Oh, there we go. All right. What do we think? So now we can finish up the moss. And y'all tell me what we want to do with the sash. All right, there we go. So what do you think? Right? Like, ooh. We'll see what that looks like. Maybe we'll need to trim that. I think we need to trim it. Ugh. All right, let me turn the fans on me. All right. Hey, Leanne. Va-va-voom, right? Right? Okay, let's finish up with some of the sheet moss so that when we get to the decision of the red versus black and white, anybody keeping track for me? I know I've missed a lot. I'm sorry. But if you're keeping track, where are we at? Anybody a trusted source that won't turn the votes? Yes, Sarah Jessica Parker. Yes, and for those of you that joined, that was my total inspiration. Well, first of all, my name is Heather, Velvet and Vines Design. Hey, what's up? We are here for a Christmas around the world with my friend Nadia, Nadia's Crafty Corner, and her private group, community, right? It's a community. It's a free community. And it's a place that you can share your lives and your work and, so please, join that group. It's for you too. So join it, share your work, see what others are doing, get inspired, love on each other, lift each other up. Some people are in there that are like seasoned professionals, and some people are brand new. Some people are just, you know, enjoying a hobby. Some people are trying to make a go of a business. It's so many different people, but just join. It's a great group. And so this was a Christmas around the world. So today we've had Christmas in Germany with a French flair, with a nutcracker. So if you missed any of these, go back to the group, join, and you can watch the replays. They're all posted in there. Follow the designers. They would love that. Such creativeness. It's been fantastic. We've had Christmas on the ranch, Christmas in China, a primitive Christmas, a rustic Christmas, and a Christmas in Germany. And now we have a Christmas Sex and the City style in New York City with Sarah Jessica Parker, because it has to be very, very specific. I couldn't just, you know, Christmas and, you know. I have to be difficult. All right, so you can see where we're going. I'm going to trim this up as we go. Okay. All right. And all I do is just lay the sheet out, put a very healthy amount of hot glue on it, and it's paper mache, so it is going to stick to it very, very nicely. And it's sheet moss, so it's not like falling apart or anything. It's kind of matted together, so that's nice. All right. Now, oh, I didn't tell you how I attached the chicken wire in case anybody asked. I staple gunned it. So just chicken wire from the Dollar Tree, y'all, the Dollar Tree. And I just staple wired, and I used 2 layers of it. So I have a layer at the very bottom. I did that first. I cinched it in tight, so that way if I wanted to hang, and you'll see what I mean by hang some of the greenery lower that I could, but I also had the ability to come up high. And it's super thin, so it's very, like, it's going to camouflage right in. All right. I'm going to cover up just this little bit of area here, and then we're going to start to do, there we go. Let's talk about our sash. Right? Right. All right, we'll go with this last piece. And I just cut it with my scissors. No biggie. And we'll clean up this mess and move on to the next phase. So how many people here are now like, I need to go get a dress form? Let's do this. Or are you all like, what in the world? I want to do one of those big ones. Like, I see so many things. I see so many things. I see a butterfly lady. I see like a succulent hole, like of succulents. I see so much. All right, let me clean up my mess. I'm gonna check comments to see where we are, because we're gonna need to do that sash and decide on the big flower, the big center flower, right? Right. All right, let me get some of this stuff out of the way. I only wanted to show you this paint so I can move that. All right. And y'all, if you've seen the price of moss, you will not judge me for putting those big pieces back in the bag. That little bag of moss there was $9. Not cheap. All right. Why does my alarm keep going? Oh, because I was sharing the lives. Duh. Hey, Tony. We're just, as soon as I get off, I've got macaroni and cheese half made. We'll be seeing you soon. All right, just coming in. Where did I get the dress for? Oh, okay. Let me tell everybody where I got everything. All right. You want to do a ballerina? Ooh, that sounds beautiful. Dress form tree. That would be gorgeous, gorgeous. Okay, so the dress form, this is what it looks like in its rare form here. And you can get this in, I got it in Hobby Lobby. It's in the paper mache section, but you really have to look because they have it on the very bottom shelf and they're usually tucked in the back. So you know where the paper mache letters are and the paper mache boxes. They're usually back where like the glass, you know, where Hobby Lobby has their metal aisle and the wood aisle and then the glass aisle. There's paper mache on the one end of those aisles, like right, it's on the end of crafts before you get to like paints and stuff. But again, you have to look. They're always down, tucked down and back. Like I had to bend down on the floor to see these, and only because I knew to look, right? So, and they are $14.99 regular price unless they put their crafts on sale. Okay, so that's the dress form. Now they have also ones that are bigger and that are on like think like a you know, like a coat stand or something. It has like a coat stand, so it'll stand almost as tall as you, and you could do a much bigger form, right? It doesn't have to be this little version, but we're doing the baby version. All right. I hope I answered that. If anybody else has any other questions, feel free. I will happily tell you if I miss it. I promise I'll go back and answer it. So where are we at with who can I trust? Leanne, I think I could trust you. Like, where are we at? Who won? Black and white? So are we doing black and white around the waist? So we're doing this around the waist with this that has the black, or I'm sorry, white and gold, which is very big. Like, so I want it kind of like here, right? Not up here hiding it. I want it here. I want it to be basically like, think of it as if you were wearing a dress and this was like in your torso, right? Like that's kind of, you know, Sarah Jessica Parker would rock that in a heartbeat. Actually, she'd rock that and this would be up here with nothing else. Was she not? She would. But we're not going to do that. We are being compliant. Or are we going to do the red velvet? Oh, I think that is just beautiful, y'all. And if we do the red velvet, then we go with this one, which I also love because of the netting. Did y'all vote for that one? Black and white for sure. My girl Lori says red. All right, people are saying black and white. You're changing your vote to black and white. Sorry. Oh, gosh. Dang it. You think red got... I feel like red got it too. I didn't even watch the comments. I'm just lying, y'all. I just wanted it to be red. All right, let's see where we're at. Red. Oh, red. Ooh, a hard choice. I know. But you know what? We could take that black and white and we could do a, not of course with a poinsettia, but we could do a Halloween design. So we could, I've got the other dress form. So you know, it's not going to go to waste. It's not going to go to waste, y'all. We could do it again. I like the red too. I think red's winning. Red's winning. I agree. I don't think we could go wrong with it, right? I'm going to tell you, I think a couple of things here. Let's fix the girl. Her shapewear is falling out. Let's fix her. You know, be a good friend. Be the friend that if she has, you know, something hanging out of her nose or food on the corner of her mouth or something in her hair, that you are going to tell her that. Tissue on the toilet paper on the bottom of her heel. Be the friend that tells them that. Don't be the friend that sends you to walk across the room while they laugh at you. Okay? Just saying. Okay? So anyway, let's fix up her shapewear. But I was going to say this, I do feel like it's a little wide. We're going to do the red. Okay, we're going to do the red. All right, so let's first do the sash around. And we're using some Ferris Silk Red Velvet. Is there anything any better? Okay, right about here. I'm measuring very officially. Very, very, very officially. Okay, we're going to make the seam come to the front because that's where we're going to have the flower, which will hide everything, I think. Let's see. Let's see what we think once we get it on. Yeah, I think it's going to hide it really nicely. Okay. All right, let's get the doctor in, y'all. Again, very non-compliant. We're playing doctor. She's sexy. She's sexy. She's very Sarah Jessica Parker. Let me tell you something. Sarah Jessica Parker, that woman is flipping gorgeous. I have loved her since she was in Footloose. I loved her sassy little self in Footloose when she wanted to dance and she had the big boy boyfriend. She won me then. All right. Okay. Just some good old hot glue and some patience. Hot glue and patience. All right. Okay. All right. It's a little bit long, but that's why I went ahead and glued it back here, and then I'm going to snip it with scissors. So much easier than letting go of it. But now we have, whoo, a nice little cinched waist. Now, let me clip this off the end. Just so it's not, oh, sorry, I'm a slammer downer, my bad. All right. We're committed. It's red. All right, now I snipped this really close, and I want to be sure that this doesn't, like, you know, none of these little pieces just like that fell apart. Ah, I snipped it too close, y'all. So you know what we're going to do? We're going to piece it together because we're crafters and that's what we do. So let's put this piece on, and then I will one by one glue the petals. So if you do this, make sure, I was trying to cut it as close as I could so that it would sit flush, because you know how they have a really thick stem, but you're going to want to give it a little more than what I did. So don't do what I did. You see that? Go a little bit longer than that. But it's all right. We're crafters. We'll fix it. It's not that big of a deal. It's nothing hot glue won't fix, right? Right? I'm getting quiet, sorry. I'm thinking. Okay, there we go. I don't want to burn myself. And I'm gonna need to, like my olive jar, I'm a recycler, y'all. So when I use jars of olives and pickles, because I eat them like they're crazy, I reuse them. I wash them out and I reuse them. All right. We're going to go in. We're doing some surgery, y'all. Okay. Watch, it's gonna fall. Oh, it's gonna fall. Let's glue it on one by one. I was trying to keep it all together, but I think we just need to do one by one. Just let it fall, just let it glue. Save the day. Right? Right. Oh. Oh, all right, there we go. And I know I'm probably missing some comments. I promise I'll go back and look at them. When I get done here.
I'm not sure I understand.
Me either, Siri. I don't know that I understand either. When I get done here, I'm going to finish up. I got to make some mac and cheese. What are y'all doing today? We're having a barbecue, having some friends over. We're going to eat some burgers and dogs and homemade mac and cheese. There we go. All right, I've got these that are going to cover up kind of the... Let me let this dry for a second, okay? We've done some major surgery. Thank you. All right, so we're at like almost a half hour. So now we're going to start to build out the bottom, and I think that's going to go pretty quick. So let me catch everybody up. If you just got on here, my name is Heather. I'm with Velvet Vines Design. I'm normally making something bougie, like some kind of a wreath or you know, centerpiece or swag or something like that. I usually love working with flowers and things like that, but we're doing an all greenery dress form, y'all. And I'm totally inspired by Sex in the City. Sarah Jessica Parker is like, I just love her and all of her movies and shows. And that show is just one of my faves. And they're coming out with a new movie where her and Aiden get together. So I was inspired. All right, I've got 2 more of these pieces and I don't want them to go to waste. So I'm going to find a home for them on here. So we are doing our Christmas in New York City, Sex in the City style, with a little flair for Sarah Jessica Parker. Because we're extra and we're bougie, and that's what we are and who we and what we do. Or when I say we, I mean me. But, you know, I like to talk in we's because, you know, feels more inclusive. You know me? We. All right. All right, one more little glitter piece on the bottom. So look, there we go, y'all. We put it back together. It's held on by about 1 pound of hot glue. But, you know, if she gets in a windstorm, she's going to be just fine. This poinsettia will be the only thing left. There won't be any feathers, but she'll be just fine. All right, y'all. There we go. So now we have, I can take this off now. Whoo, I feel like I was in hot surgery. All right, so this is what we're working with. We have, and I can get all this hot glue off. There we go. So we have a dress form that I have used E6000 to adhere to a candlestick stand that I am pretty sure I got on a bargain somewhere. I don't know, but it came this way, this gold distressed. I took the dress form. I used 2 colors of dark green paint, just regular Americana cheap paint from Walmart. And I made a dress form kind of a shape and colored the bottom green where I planned on covering it with moss. And then I used liquid gold leaf and I painted the top, all of that gold. Then we used chicken wire. I used chicken wire. We're going to make our skirt out of that. That'll all make sense here in a hot second. We covered all of this part with sheet moss, okay? So it makes it look like it's a live part of the dress. So here's the back of it where you can see the velvet ribbon. Then we covered her taz with 2 pieces of, this is just a Christmas pick of leaves, right? They're supposed to be leaves, furry leaves, but we use them as 2 little bra pieces. And then we lined her in all fur. Then we completely destroyed, by we I mean me, this poinsettia because we chose red. Thank you, friends. So we completely destroyed it. We put it back together with hot glue, about 1.5 pounds, so we're good there. Now we're going to get into all of the goodness. So this is what we're working with. Let's put this over here. So the first thing I have is some red glitter. I also have some ostrich feathers. Now, you know, I had to go extra because I'm using pearls a lot. I'm going to make a pearl necklace for her. These pearls are going to go in that little like fun thing I had for the top. So what I did was I used just hot glue and I lined the center of the ostrich with this pearl. So it's just a little let me speak, a little added extra touch, because you know Sarah Jessica Parker would totally do that. So we did that with ostrich feathers. Then I got these pearls from the Hobby Lobby in the Christmas section, y'all. So they're out already, and they're the same color and tone pearl, right? So just have those to add in. Then I do have some ribbon. I don't know if we'll need it. Like, I brought out some of my 1-inch. So I have this 1-inch red velvet with a gold trim that we could maybe make like some just like long streamers and kind of curl them, but we'll see. Maybe, maybe not. Maybe we won't need it, so we'll leave it to the side. And then here's all the greenery. So we're going in with greenery like this cedar. We're going in with greenery like this long needle pine. We're going in with this greenery, which is like shimmered in gold. Oops, so sorry. Yeah, my butt's big. Sorry. Remember I said 36, 24, 36. Yeah, there's probably more like 46, but no. Anyway, back to business. But this is just a pine with like a gold shimmer on it. All right, and then if we need a little extra gold, I mean, I don't know. I don't have enough gold in my life, but we could add some of that. So we have that on the table. We'll put that to the back. Not sure. That's an iffy. And then we have some really luscious stuff like this that's just going to add different pieces and pops. So really what I've done is I've taken, you know, when I buy greenery for projects, I usually buy them in 3s or 4s. And when I buy them in 4s, and a lot of times I only use 3, but I'm extra, so I never know. And especially if it's a good price, like Jen at Jam Designs, I get 35% off of anything in Jam Designs, and she has impeccable product because I'm in their group. So anyway, if I can buy 4, I'll buy 4. So we have some of these we're going to add in. Okay, so this is what we're working with, and then that is how we're going to build out the space. So she's going to be beautiful, right? Okay, all right. So let's get started so that we have enough time. All right, so I'm going to start with some of my biggest pieces, just like I would if I was building out, you know, a wreath with flowers, right? Now, the one thing that I'm going to do with the chicken wire and why it's there is because I didn't want to have to stick things inside of paper mache, or I didn't want to have so much hot glue where I had heavy things piled on top of each other with hot glue. So this is the plan. So let's see if it happens. So I'm going to kind of like look at the height. Okay. So we are going to cut off most of this. I have no hand strength. So I have my pliers here. And then we're going to make a hook like this. And then we're literally going to hang it on the chicken wire. Okay? And we're just going to build this out, y'all, just like we would a wreath. You know? Easy peasy pudding pie, right? Hey, Jeannie and Aunt Roxanne, hey! And hey, Aunt Joy, what y'all doing? Thanks for coming on. No, Julie, I'm not. I'm hoping maybe next year I can go to an event or two, but I even had a ticket to Crafters Convention and I couldn't go, but I'll go next year, I guess. It just doesn't work out sometimes between work and so I'm just gonna try to kind of even these out, one in the front, one in the back. I would love to meet you all too. I really would. I'm hoping maybe I can make one of Candy and Jen's retreats. I don't know. I have 3 boys. One is an adult and out of the house, lives on his own. And then I have one who is 17 and he is about to be a senior in high school. And he plays baseball and he's wanting to go to college, and it takes a lot of our time and stuff like that. So it's hard to kind of plan, especially in the summer. I'm going to go up with it because it was dragging the ground. So that's one of the things good about the hooks, right? So I'm just going to move it up and we're just going to build this out. I want one more. And I also brought some zip ties in case I needed to have something kind of, you know, move to the side and it didn't want to stay, something like this, right? Because of how I had to zip or hang it over here for the length because I have this moss here, and I want that there to camouflage. But I kind of want it on this side, not hanging this way, right? So I'm just going to take a little zip tie like this, and then that way I can make it obey me. And I could also use these if I wanted to do any of those ribbon tails that we were talking about, which I think that maybe we will. Okay, so zip ties are going to be your best friend. And then also it's wired, so we can make it do whatever we want. All right, so there's that. And then, like I said, if this gets too wobbly, which I have so much to put in there, I think the wobble is going to take care of itself. And honestly, I like a little bit of the flow. Like if it moves like a dress would, like a, you know me. Like, did anybody else do that when you were a little girl? You put on like, you know, a dress and you, my mom was a sewer. And so, and I was obsessed with like Little House on the Prairie and stuff like that. Like I loved those long dresses. And, so she would make me dresses with crinoline. I always wanted crinoline. The stuff we did, right? Yeah, she would hook me up. She would make me my dresses. Spiny dresses were the best. Oh, like poodle skirts. Oh yes, that would have been my jam. I would have loved that. I really would have loved that. And the what? Oh, wait, hold on. Oh, why can't I think of the name of the shoes now? The black and white shoes, y'all. What were they called? Oh, I can't remember now. Why can't I remember? Let's go up a little bit. There we go. So you see what we're doing, right? You can tell that what we're building out. I hope this makes sense to you and you're not like, what in the, you know what? If you say what in the hey, it, people probably say that anyway. Oh, the saddle shoes. Thank you, Leanne. That's what they were called, saddle shoes. Thank you. I knew they were, I was like, why? I love this long needle pine. You could do an entire skirt of just this. All right, we've got about 15 minutes left. I think I'm going to get most of this skirt built out, but I might not get to some of the finishing touches on the top, like with the bird, but I'll definitely show you the vision. This was the part that I was so worried about, was prepping too much, because I want you to come along for the ride, right? Like I want you to enjoy it and see it and all of that, but also getting done. That's always the bugaboo. And then, you know, I talk a lot, so there's that. There is that. If my husband was in here, he'd be like, yes, that's mostly what it is. All right, let's go in with a little bit of the pizzazz. Let's see. Do I want to do like one, like keep it one as one piece? Let me work with this for a second. I need to think about it because, you know, I just destroyed that. So I got a little bit of like, you know, PTSD a little bit. I think I might want to keep it together. And then that way I'm not. Okay, I'm sorry, I'm going to be a risk taker. Okay, all right. That's not bad because it's wired. So we could do it like this. Twist it. Make a hook. Okay, all right. I didn't mess it up too bad. I was having a little bit of like, you know, when I destroyed the flower at the top, I was like, oh man. Hey, Justin. Oh, Justin, hey, listen. Seriously, y'all are doing all the work, going live and making stuff and being creative and being willing to share that. So thank you. We just like coming together and making things pretty, right? So if all of us come together and do it on the same day and around the same theme and get to show our creativity, I just love that. So thank you for being a part of it. Got some great, great talent in this. So. Oh, you have a neighbor on here, Trey? How cool is that? Hi, Diane. Yeah, for those of you that are new to watching me, I go live several times a week. I'm in Craft Around the Clock. I go live in there and make crafts, but most of the time I'm making wreaths and swags and centerpieces and things like, oh, that's a vacuum. I was like, what is that? Actually, it's the shop vac. Nice. When somebody's vacuuming in your house and it ain't you, it's a good day. Okay. That don't happen around here much, y'all. I got an all-boy house. I'm lucky. I am lucky. We'll just leave it at that. I'm not going to elaborate any more than that. I am lucky. All right. All right, so you see, got our pops of red in. Right. All right, let's put this to the side. I want these feathers. Oh. I wish I could wear ostrich feather in public and like, man, like Lisa was saying, she lives in the country. I live in the country too. A different kind of country. She's more like a ranch kind of a country. I'm more in like the waterfront community, chicken farming kind of country. Like my son, you know, his little high school, I think there's under 100 kids in his graduating class. I want to say it's like 70. Whoops. Oh, I manhandled that. Hold on, let me put my bling bling back on. Yeah, there's like 70, I think, in his 74 maybe in his graduating class for this year. It's a really, really tiny area. So I'm pretty sure if I showed up in ostrich feathers that, yeah. I already get looks for my overalls, y'all, so, and my tattoos. So, should probably just stop there. Just stop. Right? Right. All right. Oh, I love that. I don't like how it's turning, but I'm going to put other things in with it. So, all right. Only have 3 of those. I want one up front, and I'll put the other ones here and here. So, one in the front. Whoops. Here and here. Okay? Okay. You came in late. You'll catch the replay. Oh, thanks, Sue. Yes, I explained everything how I did it. Yes, I want to see you all do a work form, a dress form. I want to see everybody get inspired and make one. Like your way. Like I said, I'll show here at the end I've got some other ideas that you can do with it. Just to give you some ideas. You know, you don't have to do what I did. You can actually decoupage napkins on those, or like that whole blue and white Justin, where are you? Charcuterie. That would be beautiful on here with like blue and white flowers, like it being like a flower skirt versus like this is more of like a greenery skirt, right? All right. And I just did a little extra with the, all right, so there, you can see, we've got the feathers in. All right, we're gonna keep building. So now we have some of these. And it's just layer after layer. And then these last pieces of greenery, like that's where we'll tuck them in and cover up a lot of this stuff at the top. Hey Marie, how are you doing, lady? How's Tim doing? How are you doing? You hanging in there? I hope you're doing well. I think about you. Ooh, I like that. The cedar look. Hey, Pawan. Yeah, thank you. Thank you. I was trying to think of, I mean, honestly, you know, what inspired me is just what ladies would have used in the day when they were making their poodle skirts and things like that. They had like wire in their crinoline. So I was like, what kind of, you know what I mean? How can I recreate crinoline? So I was like, chicken wire. Perfect. Plus I already had it. That helped. That helped. I use chicken wire actually quite a bit. I do a lot with pool noodles. If anybody's new to me, then, but if you're not new to me, you're like, yeah, Heather loves a pool noodle. I do a lot with pool noodles. I make swags, I make garlands, and a lot of times I'll enforce the pool noodle with chicken wire underneath of it so that when I put all those flowers and the weight of the greenery and stuff like that, it doesn't like wilt. You know what I mean? It holds its form and shape. And it's such an inexpensive way to do it because I get it at the Dollar Tree. And Plan, you know, you love, you have taught us the bougie and the budget, right? Mix the bougie and the budget. Yes, friend. I have learned well from you. All right, let's see where we're at with time. Oh, we got about 6 more minutes. So you can see where we're building this out. I wish I would have been able to finish it, friends. But I promise you, I'll post a finished picture. Or, better yet, I could save it and we can finish it on my live on Monday. So we could do that. Because I'm not in a hurry for it. So we could do it together. Just so that you see how we build it out. All right, so this is where we're at right now. And let's go ahead and let me show you what I was thinking with these smaller pieces for the top. Now, I do think we should work in some ribbon. I really do. I think it would be really nice accents throughout, especially if you curled it and it kind of like flowed out. You know what I mean? It would give like a really nice, I don't know, like a little thing to it. And then, oops, there's my reminder. And then don't forget, I've got like the cardinal. And then we've got, I made her, I've got to trim this down, but I made this. So this is just, these are berries from Hobby Lobby. They're like 99 cents. They're in the Christmas section. And then I went to the his and her section and I got these little tufts of feathers. They're like 99 cents too. They're really tiny feathers. They're in the his and hers though. And then I put it together and made her, so this will go up here on her neck. So here, let's go. So I'm going to walk you through. So this is going to go on her neck along with her cardinal. Okay. And then this is a knob. I got this at the Hobby Lobby, but you can thrift these too. I get these from the rehab store all the time. I didn't have one that was bougie enough for my rehab thrifting, but I'm going to put that in there. So it's going to go right down. That's what I have this for. So this is going to do a feeder hole, and then we're just going to put some glue in it, and that's going to be on the top, right? Okay, and then we've got like more pearls to work in and some more greenery. So I think what I'll do is we'll finish this up until we're at time, and then we'll get Nadia shared in, and we'll save this project for Monday night when I go live. How about that? So we finish it together. Yeah. Because, you know, I'm going to work in all of this. But so this is what I'm thinking with the greenery here. So I have like one bush of this, and I have another type of a flocked kind of a greenery. So what I wanted to do, these are hand tied. So I clip it off small. Same process, right? But I want this, actually, this is lightweight enough that we could glue that right up there. So it goes up into the moss like this, like that. Oops, what is with me tearing stuff apart today? So then that way you go right from moss to greenery, and you don't see the chicken wire. So that's what I had that kind of there for. So you can see how that will work in. like that. Does it make sense? And then you can see how it gives it kind of like, that's exactly what I wanted, was like that flare out. So you can see where we're going with it. I hope that makes sense. So, all right, do a couple more pieces. We got 3 minutes, and I know Nadia is planning something amazing. So make sure you check her out. We'll share her into the group, or you can certainly go right to her page. So just like that, see? See how it kind of like goes right in. You see? And then we will have some areas to bring the moss down. Like I'm gonna need to bring the moss down here and a little down here too, and that's okay. Okay. All right, y'all. I hope you guys liked it. It was very different. So, you know, now the question is, what am I gonna do with it? I think I'm gonna see if my hairdresser wants to put it in her salon for Christmas. Her salon is all black, gold, and white. So I was like, see if Miss Betsy wants to put it in there. So there we go. All right, y'all. I think you got the point. We're going to get this finished up. I appreciate you coming along for the ride with me and enjoying a little bit of the Sex and the City style. So I know it's a little bit different, but I enjoyed it. We were a little non-compliant in the beginning, but you all, no one judged me. I appreciate that. You're the best. You're the best. Hey, Faye and Rhonda. Thank you. Thank you, Lindsay and Nadia. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Trey, thank you so much. You guys are so nice. Thank you. I appreciate it. Beverly, anybody that's new, I'll go back and say hi to you. If I missed your comment, I promise I will answer any of your questions. And I just appreciate you being here. Thank you so much. I can't tell you how much it means to me. So thanks for being a part of this. So check out Nadia. We'll get her shared in, and y'all, we'll finish this on Monday night. All right, and then this is all going all the way tonight. Emily with Waldo Reese, or Reese by Waldo, sorry, is closing us out. Y'all know Emily's going to bring it, right? And we've got a whole lot of designers in between. And then tomorrow we start bright and early, so full day. All right, y'all. Thanks so much. Have a good one.